Yo, what's up guys, it is Tom and welcome back to a brand new video and another F1 2017 related video here today. And we're going to be talking a little bit about the news and a bit more developments on regards to the game and the current state where it's at right now. Now, the other day there was a live stream and it was on Facebook. And it was basically to promote and also show off some of the features in the F1 2017 game. Now, I watched the live stream twice. I've also downloaded it again. So I watched it a couple of times and I just wanted to show you guys a few of the key areas plus a couple of other little curious facts that I found out over the last few weeks on Twitter. So let's jump straight into the first part of the live stream.
So let's get you into a career. Let's run through the character creation and get you into your first race weekend.
Awesome. Here we are. I reckon.
Look
What do you
at
reckon? Here we go.
Yeah,
This guy.
Pick yourself
That's
an
you,
avatar.
mate. That's
Sure,
you.
look, it's you.
So you'll notice as well in there we've got female avatars this year.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's an addition
Brilliant.
to the game. And also you'll some of the guys who'll have played the previous game will have just seen that you were able to have 10 save slots.
Nice.
So you can run multiple careers
Brilliant.
and have multiple characters.
And you
in
can
the
change the colour of your helmet as well.
game. Yeah.
So basically, obviously looking at that screen right now, and as you just heard Lee say, basically, we've got 10 career slot saves for this year's game, which is absolutely massive because basically, if you don't know, when you do multiple F1 series at once, on PC, for example, in my case, I have to do one Steam account for one series and another Steam account for another series. This is going to help me massively, and hopefully a lot of you guys who are aspiring YouTubers to hopefully make it easy in terms of making series and also running, even on the console, just running different series at once because it's just easy having 10 career saves at one time. Also, the mention of a female driver, also very nice inclusion in the game, even though that's something that we already knew about. But nonetheless, a couple of good features, and especially the 10 career save, which is a big feature in my opinion, that's going to really help give the game a bit more freedom of choice and a bit easier to sort of make videos with, which is really good, especially for, like I said, us PC guys like myself. But now, let's listen to the next bit.
So, what team should we be? Go,
What sort of a challenge do you want? If you want a team that's going to expect you to be winning, you pick one of the top teams.
Mate, going for AMG, going for Mercedes.
Yeah. You said you're a Lewis fan, didn't you? So
exactly.
Let's do that.
Start career. Let's do it. All right, here we go. So 5 laps. One shot qualified. You all cool with that?
Let's go. I'm happy, mate.
Right, so the next interesting part of this part of the video, I'm sort of cutting out the bits that I find interesting. So in this particular screen, there's a lot of things that are interesting to me. Obviously, we've had a lot of news about, obviously, the game, the R&D development and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to talk about that. If you want to watch videos about that, then I do urge you to go check out our KLHD's breakdowns of the trailer we had the other day. But focusing on what I can see in this particular screen, and something that Lee mentions in a moment, but just to confirm it, if you look at the AI driver difficulty level at the bottom, which is highlighted right now, this year, finally, we have a slider option. So we can actually go above 100% difficulty on Ultimate AI, which is going to be absolutely brilliant and absolutely bonkers. So for years we've been asking for a very hard difficulty, like even more than Ultimate, and finally we're going to get the chance to actually do that. So that's a really good addition from Codemasters there, and something that's going to please and cater to everybody's needs because we have a much more precise and accurate slider adjuster for the difficulty level. So that's going to be a very nice addition and one that's going to be very welcome by all members of the community to really cater towards all sorts of difficulties in the community. But we're now going to hear Lee himself just confirm this, which he said briefly after showing this particular screenshot on screen.
Yeah, so I mean, if people want it elite, this year we've added a difficulty slider, so you can actually push the AI beyond the 100%.
Brilliant.
So you can really challenge yourself.
Sure, check this out. Leave us show it. Look at this.
So, as you can see on screen right now, as these guys are talking, the brand new career mode cutscenes, absolutely unbelievable. I mean, look at this. This looks absolutely incredible. Emma's new office compared to F1 2016, she's had a massive step up in the last year. And look at this office, absolutely incredible. I'm going to guess the office is the same for all teams, but you never know. Maybe because it's Mercedes, it's a bit more of a fancy office, whereas if you drove for Sauber, the office wouldn't be as spectacular. But either way, still a very unique setting, and it's absolutely incredible to see like this. So a really nice upgrade and a really good immersion feel to the career mode depth. And also, as you can see here, just looking on the screen right now, one glance at the paddock area and the bit where you're going to be obviously looking at your laptop. So big upgrades from Codemasters, and overall just huge implementations in regards to the upgrades for the career mode scenery and overall immersion.
Right, so
square button and get onto the car monitor.
Yeah.
There we go. So if you pick the track acclimatization, this will give you a great chance to understand how to drive the car, drive the circuit.
Okay.
Also, anything you do in here feeds into the R&D as well, so you get all the points that you get to spend on developing the car.
Brilliant. So hit start.
And so this is an interesting one. As you can see on screen right now, we have the brand new practice programs for this year's game. So we have the track acclimatization, which was in F1 2016, the time management, which is also in F1 2016, and then we have fuel saving, which is a brand new one, which is apparently a really challenging one because they set you a target lap time and you've got to try and beat it while saving X amount of fuel, which apparently is quite challenging. Also you've got the qualifying pace, which was in F1 2016, and then we also have the brand new race strategy one, where I'm guessing you're going to be running basically race sims, and then finally the team objective. So we have a few more options there in terms of practice and R&D, along with obviously tied in with the brand new R&D RPG style skills tree development system that we have now. So all these things, combined are really adding a big immersion level to F1 this year, and giving another level of depth, which is something they've been asking for a long time. And if they really wanted to, they could take us a really long way. But overall, a really nice touch from Codemasters, and once again, just adding more and more content to the game, and more immersion, and more things for us to play around, which is great for the client and for the customer. But now, let's look at the next cutscene.
Can't get over this.
So this is all new as well. So again, giving you a new location.
So that's what it's like in these things. I've always been like, I wonder what it's like walking around.
Sandeep is asking, what is the damage like this year? Will there be much impact to the car?
Yeah, so we've done quite a lot of work on the damage again this year. So last year we had the wheel tethers on the front of the car. We've now added them to the rear.
Brilliant.
But probably the biggest change is that you often see debris on the circuit this year in the sport, with the carbon fibre from the wings.
Yeah,
and when
absolutely.
the cars run over that, they gain punches.
Yep.
So we've got that in the game. Also, if you start catching your tyre against other cars or the wall, that can also bring on a puncher. And also, something we've done a lot of work on is the car-to-car collision stuff, because obviously there's a little bit of argy, but argy goes on.
So there you go, big news regarding the damage system, and also the way you pick up obviously debris, damage in your car, wheel tethers on the rear tires, which is absolutely massive, and just adding, like I said, more immersion and depth to it. And as you can see, look at the entire cutscene here, guys. I mean, it looks absolutely unbelievable, and the depth in it is absolutely unbelievable. And as you can see on the screenshot right now on screen, we're looking at the laptop with the R&D development path, and I'm not going to go too in depth with this because obviously there's been various other videos about it, and like I said, I'll link Callum and Arrows down below in the description, but these are just sort of the different windows you can see and where you can improve your car. And it's very interesting to see we're going to have basically like 2 laptops now in 2 different locations in the F1 paddock, which just adds to the roaming feel of it, and obviously the different parts of the paddock where you have to go and work and do different things at certain times. But finally, as you can see on the screen right now, we're going to be rolling into the usual rival screen, which has not really changed from F1 2016 regarding Emma explaining about a new rival. But we're now going to jump into the next piece of gameplay and a little bit of audio from the next part of footage.
Tom Kent asking Lee, what are the online improvements this year?
Yeah, so this is pretty much exclusive stuff, really. We haven't really spoken much about the online stuff.
I'd like to hear that.
So one of the main things that we wanted to do was add in spectator slots.
Brilliant.
So that we've now got 2
awesome.
dedicated spectator slots.
Cool.
So you get a couple of guys spectating and commentating over the game.
Nice.
We've put in an XP system into the public multiplayer. So
Love
it
it.
gives people some incentive to play cleanly, to actually race nicely against each other. Mm-hmm. And also we've added in the lobbies for for all 3 platforms, so you can see the server list now. So for the hardcore guys, they can pick the races they want.
So that is brilliant news, and something that obviously some things we did know about, some others we didn't. But basically, online has had a big facelift this year, and the fact we have a ranking system back, just like back in the day of F1 2010 is absolutely massive in my opinion. And like Lee said, it gives people an incentive to want to play online, really grind it out and rank up and really become one of the best in the online world of F1 and try and form that community bond once again. Also, the spectator slots are absolutely brilliant for leagues like AOR and other leagues out there that are really trying to get that immersion and try and get that spectator cam feel by making it for like a TV coverage presentation, which is absolutely brilliant, and good to see that they've actually acknowledged and catered towards league racing and commentating, so that it really helps, makes it easier for those who are trying to watch. But this is a really big promising online improvement, and overall it seems like they've left no stone unturned in this game this year, and it's really positive to see. Also, just a small caveat, as you can see on screen right now, we've got the brand new sort of inverted commas end of race screen where we've got the new layout with the drivers, and on the left you've got the options, so they're sort of giving that a bit of a facelift after we've had the same one for the last few years now. So good to see that they've sort of kept, mixing things up. Also, the menu music is new this year, and every single part of the menu is all fresh, so it's really good to see. And they've just given this game a nice big facelift with a brand new amount of features and immersion, which is great to see. And now let's look at the next clip.
Oh god, this is it!
This should be fun. Here we go.
Go.
Salah Musa vying for top spot in the Australian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton and Vettel ahead of him. A great start from Talal, but he's not keeping to the line.
Yeah, the line can...
And he's out
The line
in
can
front.
go to hell.
Great start from...
You've clipped Hamilton.
Sorry, Lewis. Didn't mean to go in front of you there.
Great
All right,
start
come
from
on.
So this is looking promising, so there's no pressure now.
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Don't make any mistakes.
So just cutting that down a little bit, nothing spectacular to take out of that, just the race start and how the AI perform. Obviously, take into account, it's on a very simple difficulty, but intermediate conditions. First time we see the Mercedes car from on board, which is good to see, and then he has a huge crash, as you can see here, with the car slamming into the side of him, and a little bit more contact down the road, which is eventually going to trigger him losing his front wing. But I want to pause the video in a moment, because you'll see something here that's really caught my eye, and I said it in the last video with the Max Verstappen gameplay. Codemasters done a great job this year of updating the sponsor boards. As you can see on screen right now, we've got the Formula 1 Experiences board, which is an official F1 sponsor board. In this video, that in the entire live stream, not once did they didn't actually like show direct capture of it, but the intro that you get, the F1 style intro that I do, for example, in my career mode for qualifying in the race, also Arif does for my driver for the race, the one that you always get to see when the race starts, that official intro is now in the game, which is something that's very special and means a lot, because it means F1 actually acknowledging the game and trying to give it more privileges. So, for example, this thing here, we've got the Formula 1 with the official logo and all the copyrighted symbols and logos on screen in a sponsor board is very, very unique and very special from Codemasters, and you'll see that later on when we check out the Monaco footage with the Monaco sponsoring boards, which are very unique. They seem to have all of them up to date, and there's a severe lack of F1 2017 sponsor boards, and to be honest with you, if there wasn't an alcohol restriction on the game, I'm pretty sure this game would actually have all of them in terms of IRL sponsors and no F1 2017 sponsors whatsoever. So it's good progress from Codemasters to once again add to the depth, immersion and realism of the game by having real sponsor boards in their accurate locations and also in their legitimate and real form. So that's a really good touch there from Codemasters. And now just a little bit more gameplay, looking at a pit stop here, and there's going to be no more gameplay now, like actually these guys talking in the background. It's going to be all me now for the rest of the video. But as you can see here, a pit stop animation is pretty much the same. You've got the brand new pit light, from what I can tell, the pit light there going from red to green as a new addition for this year. And then finally, very interesting one, the podium sequence, a very unique one, brand new podium animations. Hopefully there's a few different versions of it, not the same one all the time, otherwise that will get boring after a while. But as you can see, new cameras and animations there for the podium sequence. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the full one because the gameplay cut off when they were talking. But now into the next part of the gameplay from the live stream, and this is Jonathan. This is the rich guy who owns all 12 of the classic cars that you'll be able to race in the game itself. Now, straight off the bat, once again, great cutscenes, good immersion, the new paddock scene, really standing out, and the detailing this year seems to be a lot better than last year, just for all of it. I mean, like the sofa, the people's faces, their suits, what they're wearing, every single last detail looks really, really nice and crisp. And Jonathan here is basically just giving me a little bit of a rundown and sort of talking to you about what the goal is and what the objective is and what he wants you to do. In this case, drive one of his cars without scratching it up or doing any damage to it. Obviously, I'm guessing you may or may not get in trouble for that in the game. We'll have to wait and see. But now actually cutting on to the gameplay regarding the classic cars around the brand new Suzuka track. So I say brand new in terms of obviously the way it is made. Codemasters have reiterated the fact that they've remade a few of the tracks in this game, and you can see straight away in Suzuka, it looks absolutely mental. Like the banking on it and the elevation change looks so much more like the real life circuit. And it's great to see that Codemasters haven't just sort of recycled the old tracks. They've actually bothered to fix those that weren't accurate enough and actually give them the real feel in terms of their elevation, also flow and just overall structure. But this is one of the short circuits on the game, one of the 4 short circuits, along with also Kota, the Silverstone, and I believe Bahrain. This is the 4th one, which is Japan, which is a short circuit, as you can see here. So Codemasters going into great detail here to really make this feel real. And also, I believe because this is a classic car event, you've actually got the little flags on the side of the road there. So very interesting one there from Codemasters. But as you can see now, cutting on to this particular screenshot here, very interesting one here, because one I want to talk about to you guys. As you can see on screen right now, we've got the official F1 branded logo, which is very, very rare. And like I said before, going back to the sponsor board thing, it's very good to see that F1 and also Codemasters have been allowed to actually implement this into the game. So a really, really good implementation there from Codemasters, and I believe if you let the animation roll out in full, I'm guessing you'll probably get a bit of a run through of the circuit. So a really nice touch there from Codemasters, and also, who knows, maybe Liberty Media allowing Codemasters to actually implement that into the game. But overall, a nice touch there, and once again, just adding more to the realism and immersion factor, because there are other games, like for example FIFA, that have the official TV Premier League graphics and all that. So it's good to see that we're finally getting that sort of realism in the F1 game. But now moving on to the final part of gameplay of this particular video, and it's Monaco at night. First bit of gameplay in the Force India, my team that I'm driving for in Korea. As you can see, 5 red lights and we're away. It's Lee driving. Apparently, Lee said there was a lot of input lag, which is slightly concerning considering the game is less than a month away. I don't know what stage this build of the game was, but it's still a bit of a concern that maybe because of the night time, obviously, it's struggling to perform at its max rate. But the guy on the right was actually saying like the response rate was brilliant in Australia, but then you move over to Monaco and there's a huge amount of input lag, apparently, according to Lee Mather himself. So as you can see here, just a bit of gameplay in Monaco and the night, which looks absolutely unbelievable, and especially for people like me and those guys like you guys on the PC, it should look absolutely mental if you can max out the graphics around here. But as you can see, once again, we're going to see the pit stop animation, this time just again for another front wing change with the Force India crew, and as you can see here, swapping out the front wings, and the animation looking very similar to 2016, but once again, like I said, I never noticed the red light above that goes to green, so maybe that's a new animation in the game there. And also, if you just heard in the background there, I heard Lee revving the engine up. Obviously, running on expert difficulty, I'm guessing the assist got turned off. So, revving the engine like that, I wonder if you now got manual control coming out of the pit box, which would be interesting. Also, another curious fact there, obviously, the pit limiter being released much earlier than past games, but a very interesting one there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments, guys. The way you heard Lee rev up the engine there before he pulled away from his pit box, I just wonder, does that mean that you can now basically manually control your exit out of the pit lane? Because if you do, that'd be very interesting. Bear in mind the guy on the right was actually using assist before, whereas Lee, I believe, isn't using any, so, or not many anyway. So either way, that's a very interesting little caveat, and that'd be really sick if that feature's implemented. And then also, once again, as you can see here, just the last little bit of detail, Monaco at night with the fireworks going off in the background, and the detailing up above, all the sort of houses and castles up above, looking absolutely fantastic with the fireworks going off. As you can see here, the sponsor boards that I was on about before, the genuine ones, the Monte Carlo BSM, I think it is. As you can see there, a few Rolex boards also, in the Monaco 75th anniversary sponsor board there. So a few genuine sponsor boards which have been implemented into this year's game to just add a lot more realism to it. And like I said, that's sort of like the context and the summary of this video. Just really Codemasters doing a good job of really going the extra mile with the game and really giving it that realistic feel. But overall, guys, that has been this video regarding F1 2017. A bit of a breakdown of sorts, and I didn't break down the trailer the other day because I was late to the party, and enough people have done enough breakdowns of that video, so I don't think I need to cover it. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did find it informative, then please leave a big thumbs up on the video down below. Let's see if we can try and hit 150 likes for this video, and let me know in the comments down below how excited you are for F1 2017. And if you have missed any of the videos on screen right now, then I do urge you to go check them out if you haven't done so already, and then leave a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. But thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.